He's not in his prime, is he? He's literally at the end of his career, pretty much finished. And this is why taking this fight with you is telling you all you need to know.
Fight anyone, get views, and make money. This crazy wild boy sends out the bat signal, the British bat signal for Anthony.
You, the audience, for Jake Paul is that you want to see somebody end this experiment. Do it brutally,
Carl Froch is coming in hot, dropping a savage take claiming Anthony Joshua is completely washed. His fiery comments have reignited the whole debate, and to kick things off, Nikisa Badarian, Jake Paul's business partner, compared Paul's betting odds against AJ to the Canelo-Skull mismatch, where Canelo dominated a survival mode underdog.
It tweeted, Jake Paul is less of a betting underdog against Anthony Joshua than William Skull was against Canelo Alvarez. Let that marinate in your mind a little bit.
Meanwhile, in a recent video breaking down why he wants AJ next, Jake Paul confidently mocked and challenged both Anthony Joshua and Gervonta Davis.
No, tiny thing. I'm a big boy.
From there, Jake jokingly tore through a list of possible opponents, roasting each one with playful excuses before dramatically landing on Anthony Joshua as the only real challenge left.
Look at this list. Canelo, injured. Francis Ngannou, scared. Floyd Mayweather, my brother beat him. Mike Tyson, done that. Lennox Lewis, too young. Ryan Garcia, easy work. Tommy Fury, wanted more time. Deji, Deji. Nate Diaz, been there, done that. Conor McGregor, owned. Logan Paul, maybe. Sidney Sweeney, that's not a bad idea. But as I looked closer at the list, I saw one name that stood out. Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua. That's gotta be it, Bernard! Fire up the jet! I'm going back to training camp! I'm fighting Anthony Joshua!
Jake then amped up the hype even more, calling the AJ fight the biggest and riskiest moment of his career. He boldly promises to knock out Joshua live on Netflix on December 19th.
Career and ruined a relationship with the biggest streaming platform in the world. Make no mistake, this is the biggest fight of my career. I'm walking into the lion's den. I'm doing something that no one else has ever done before. I, Jake Joseph Paul, will knock out, defeat, and embarrass Anthony Joshua Friday, December 19th, live on Netflix.
On the flip side, Carl Froch gave his own take, insisting AJ is no longer in his prime and is taking this fight purely for a cash-out. Froch dismisses it as a serious matchup, saying it should still be a one-round finish for Joshua.
I thoroughly hope so. A professional heavyweight fight against an elite world champion in his prime. Fake Paul, let me stop you right there. Anthony Joshua, in his last 7 fights, has been beaten 3 times. The 4 fighters that he beat didn't come to win. So he's not in his prime, is he? He's literally at the end of his career, pretty much finished. And this is why taking this fight with you is telling you all you need to know. It's a cash out. He might as well just cream as much money as he can at the end of his career, fighting an absolute joke shop in clown world. When I beat Anthony Joshua, he says, every doubt disappears. Come on. I mean, if this is a straight up AJ versus Jake Paul, then we all know what should happen. This is a one-round job because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days.
He goes even further, claiming AJ is only fighting Jake Paul for money and that it does nothing for his path back to a world title. Froch sees it as such a mismatch that it shouldn't last beyond round 1.
In the direction of becoming world champion again. There's many people who could box. You're not going to make that kind of money. So let's just be honest with anybody else. Let's just be straight up honest about it. He's doing it all for the money. It's all about the money. I did say a year ago when he got splattered by Daniel Dubois that he's finished in boxing, he needs to retire. That's just my opinion, that's just my truth. I think he's done in heavyweight boxing at an elite competitive level. So that makes sense. I've been vindicated. He's now fighting Fake Paul in what will be a massive mismatch. If this is correct and it's 10-ounce gloves in the professional boxing rules, 8 3-minute rounds, it's not going to go 2 rounds, is it? It shouldn't do. It shouldn't last a round. But we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? It's hard to get your head around. It's hard to know what to say about this. AJ's obviously excited about it, about making some serious bun.
Keeping the criticism rolling, Froch argues Jake Paul isn't anywhere near the level needed to challenge Joshua. He points out Paul lost to a low-level cruiserweight and hasn't faced a single heavyweight.
Big punch in heavyweight. And Fake Paul's never been in with a heavyweight. Like I said earlier, he lost to Tommy Fury, a cruiserweight. He lost to him. Tommy Fury's not even British level. So you can't chuck Fake Paul in with Anthony Joshua and take it serious. Well, I can't anyway. Let me know in the comments if you're going to take this fight seriously, because I can't get my head around it. But listen, the fight's been announced. AJ's jumping in with Fake Paul on Netflix. So we're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, it's Fake Paul Clown World, isn't it? So let's see what the clown show produces. But I don't know. I'm very, very dubious this fight even happens. So I've had a lot of people messaging me, sending me WhatsApps and DMs on social media, and asking me what I think about it, and this is why I'm doing this video. So what do I think about it? Things to consider are, does Jake Paul deserve credit? And I never thought I'd say this, but yes, Fake Paul deserves a bit of credit, because he's jumping in there with somebody that could potentially render him unconscious.
Froch adds that AJ's biggest legacy is the huge crowds and excitement he brought to boxing. But now he believes Joshua is cashing out by fighting Jake Paul in what he calls Clown World, slightly hurting his legacy.
Come and watch him fight, not to watch boxing because they enjoy boxing, but because they want to be involved in a big event and a massive occasion. So that's great for boxing, and that gets all eyes on the beautiful sport that I love, professional boxing, which is great, so fair play. But that's his legacy. He's not had a Hall of Fame career, not showing off. But you've got to have back-to-back world title defenses, and you have to be successful against elite level fighters to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, it's got to be acknowledged. And, you know, that's no slant on him. AJ's gone in there, he's faced everybody. I don't think he should have probably jumped in with Usyk when he did, but he was brave enough. He dared to be great, he believed in himself. He just wasn't good enough. Does this damage his legacy? A little bit, because he's fighting in the clown world, isn't he? Fake Paul Clown Show is in full force. But it's big bunts. The Bunsen burner's lit, like I've said. He's cashing out. And fair play to him, he's cashing out.
On the other hand, Tony Jeffries compared their recent activity and the risks each man is taking. He credits Jake Paul for stepping up, while noting AJ's been mostly inactive with only 2 fights in 2 years, unlike Paul, who's been far more active.
Well, look, Anthony Joshua's 36 years old. He's past it. No, mate. Alexander Usyk, who's the world heavyweight champion, probably the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world at heavyweight, is 38 years old. If you look at history over time, a lot of heavyweights seem to prime as they get older. Now, a problem for Anthony Joshua is his activity. He's only fought twice in 2 years, and one of them, he got knocked out of Daniel Dubois. That was his last fight, and a lot of people say you can only judge a fighter's quality from their last fight. And then the fight before that was a win, but it was a win against Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou, if you know, he was the UFC heavyweight who's not a real boxer, and he only had 1 fight before that boxing fight, what he lost as well. So that's his activity in boxing.
Tony also highlighted their physical advantages and experience levels. Jake may be younger, but Anthony Joshua's size, Olympic pedigree, and deep pro resume give him a huge edge.
Look at the tail of the tape. Now, looking at the age difference, we've got 28 years old compared to 36 years old. So I guess the advantage there goes a little bit towards Jake Paul. 28-year-old is better than a 36-year-old. But that being said, we've got talking about experience and everything else, what comes with being 36 years old at Anthony Joshua's level. And then, like I mentioned, the heavyweights kind of seem to prime a little bit older. They'll come down to the height and the weight. This is the big one. 6'1" versus 6'6". 200 pound versus 252 pound. We got a 252 pounder in Anthony Joshua. The reach advantage is a lot, which we would expect. Amateur fights, we can see that Jake's only had 1, where AJ's had 43, but 43 of them are included at the highest level, Olympic level. And yes, he won the Olympic bloody gold medal, if I don't need to remind you. Now, in the pro record, Jake Paul has had 13 fights, lost 1. AJ has had 28 fights and he's lost 4.
In the end, Tony gives his prediction. Despite respecting Jake's ambition, he thinks Paul has reached too far. He praises AJ's skill and power and predicts Joshua wins inside the first 3 rounds.
But do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not, mate. Anthony Joshua is an absolute beast, an unbelievable, highly skilled, highly trained, highly experienced professional boxer with power in both hands, and he's really good at finishing people off. And even though I really take my hat off for Jake Paul for taking this fight, I didn't really want to take it because of what's going to happen in the result of this fight, and I want to keep on this Jake Paul train. I think he's doing great, and I love his ambition. I love that he's trying to become a world champion and following his dreams. dreams and believe in yourself, but at a certain point, you bite off more than you can chew. And this right here, he's bit off way more than he can chew. I think Anthony Joshua is going to end this fight within 3 rounds.
Ultimately, Jake Paul stepping up to Anthony Joshua is his boldest leap yet. The odds, critics, and pressure are stacked high. But no matter the outcome, this fight is guaranteed to shake up the boxing world.